I'm originally from Farafenye, Badibu. My name is Sekou BM Jai. I am originally from Farafenye, Badibu, but I've been living in Farato here for about 26 years now. And, I've been VDC chairman. The Alkali Fatiso became the Alcalo. And since then, I've been working very closely with her. Yeah, she's a very, very excellent Alcalo, and he's a very strong supporter of His Excellency President Adam Barrow.
So it is your parents who came here, or you personally moved from Farafenye to Farato here?
It is me that bought a compound here in 1995 when I came back from America from my first degree. Then I bought the land here in Farato.
Okay.
So I started building, and I moved here in 2000. Moved to Farato to come and live here.
You've been, moving to Farato here. So you have been, engaging on politics, or you are doing other job?
I started work at the Department of Water Resources in 1982, and I was at the Water Resources as a surveyor 82 to 87. Then I was at the Department of Agri Services, Soil and Water Management from 1987 up to 1999. And at the Department of Agriculture is where I had all my training, first degree in the United States, master's degree in New Zealand. I came back with master's in 1999. Then I left agriculture, went to National Environment Agency as program officer for environment quality. I eventually became senior program officer and then research and development manager. Then I also worked at the UTG as lecturer on solid waste management and environment and sustainable development from 2002 up to 2010. Then I also worked for Peace Corps as program officer for agriculture and environment from 2010 up to 2023. So that has been my professional career. I first initiated a course in waste management at the university, which I initiated and I taught for 8 years. So right now I work for I was working for MCC as an environment specialist. Yeah, so now I'm in Farato, but I'm also involved in grassroots. Since I came here for the whole 20 years, I have been involved in a lot of community work throughout the village. So I work closely with the Alcalo, the Imam, and all the community leaders in whatever benefits the village.
Yeah. So thank you very much for that. A little bit briefing about your career from the schooling to other engagement. So as an environment specialist.
My special area is solid waste management, and I've been involved in that for so many years throughout the country, and that is what I have a passion for. We did so many, when I was at NEA, initiated so many things about solid waste management in this country. And even currently, I am very passionate about it. And I do a lot of work in that area in terms of supporting agenda which is going to help the Gambia solve the solid waste problem. Personally, I think solid waste management is a very important issue for this country. And I know that the current Minister of Environment is working very hard to move the solid waste management agenda. And they're also trying to bring in a waste management bill, which I worked on since 2002, but when the current minister comes in, he is having a lot of positive impacts on the future of solid waste management in this country.
I have seen most of the movements, like environment movements are here, fighting for this environment.
Waste is not an easy issue.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, the way they approach it, is to do the blame game. But there's something called integrated waste management. If you want to be successful in managing waste properly, there is something called target zero. None of us want waste. We want the ideal place to be is to be at a place where you don't have waste. That is called target zero. But then to get there, it is supposed to be a concerted effort. Everyone has to contribute. And it's like a pyramid. You have zero at the top. But then the first thing that should start is avoiding waste in the first place. And that's everybody's business, every citizen.
Yeah, every citizen.
You avoid producing the waste in the first place. So if we educate each other and sensitize each other, maybe then we will be able to achieve that.
Yeah.
First, we try to avoid waste. Then, if we cannot avoid producing waste, then we try to reduce the amount of waste that we are going to produce.
Yeah.
The way you do that is, if there are two ways of doing the same thing, and I'm going to get the same objective, I choose the one that is going to produce less waste. So that's what they call waste reduction. If you cannot avoid it, you reduce the amount you were going to produce. And that still is the business of everyone. Okay. Then if you go from reducing the amount of waste, okay, now you cannot reduce anymore, you already produce. Then you try to reuse that waste.
Yeah, that's it.
For example, the bottles, you reuse them. Any waste that you can use again. When you say reuse, then recycle comes next. But there is a fundamental difference between reuse and recycle. Reuse is, if you take a bottle, you are reusing it. You reuse it in its original form. That's what is called reuse. You take a container, a bottle or something, and reuse it. Recycle means it's the same material, but you
from one place to another.
No, you transform it. That's recycling. Yeah, you take it maybe back to the factory, they melt it, they make a new thing out of it, or they make something else out of it. That is recycling.
Like the bottle, and they change it to a pan.
Yes.
Like plastic pan.
Yes. Or even if they're going to melt it and make a new bottle, that's still recycling.
Yeah, recycling.
But if you are using exactly the same bottle the way it is, that reuse.
Yeah, reuse.
Yeah. So then you come to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Those are called the 3 R's.
Yeah, the 3 R's. Yeah.
Then if you go through the recycle process, there will still be waste. There still be waste that you need to handle. Okay. Then there is also called composting. Composting is mainly for organic waste. Before you throw it, you can compose it. It's some form of recycling because you use it to make fertilizer which you can use. So composting also comes. So if you use all these steps as you go along, before you get to the landfilling part, because if you compost, then still there still may be some waste left.
Yeah.
And there is also called incineration. But incineration is very critical. There's incineration with energy recovery. There's incineration without energy recovery.
Yeah.
But incineration is also different from open burning. And open burning is what happens here in this country.
Okay.
Yeah, open burning is outlawed in most of the developed countries because it is one of the worst methods of managing waste.
It will destroy the soil where it is going to be, I think.
No, more than that.
Yeah.
Because if you burn waste openly, incineration is better, because incineration, for example, there are certain temperatures at which you burn them. For example, municipal waste, you can burn it up to 800 degrees, and most of the toxins will be destroyed. Or hazardous waste, you can burn it at 1,200 degrees centigrade or more.
Okay.
But open burning is very inefficient. For example, if you have a pile of waste at that corner that contains a cocktail of materials, batteries, plastics, things that are manufactured from different types of products and chemicals. If you set fire to it, you just release those toxins without destroying them, and the wind will carry them away into a bigger environment. So even people that are not here will be affected. So for example, if you burn waste that contains cadmium or lead or mercury, if it gets into the atmosphere, what goes up must come down.
Yeah.
So those chemicals, when they come down, they settle on grass. The animals can eat that, and then eventually comes back to you as the human being. If it settles on open water, then you can drink that. So there's a lot of the moment you do open burning, you increase the avenues through which that waste can get back to you. And that is why it is outlawed in many places. Then after all that, then you have the landfilling at the bottom. The waste that you cannot handle with all those steps, then go to the landfill. But landfilling is also different from the way we manage waste here in this country, because they call it dump site. You just dump the waste and go. In a landfill, you organize it, you put the waste, you cover it up. So that cuts the environmental effects or impacts from that waste. But if you just dump and go,
like that,
you have the smell, you have the methane going out, you have all these toxins that are there that go out, especially when you burn them. And around Bakote, you have all these schools there. In 2002, when we did the first integrated waste study of the country in the GBA, that time Bakote did not meet the minimum requirements for a safe disposal of waste, and it's now more than 20 years later, it's still there. So I know that it's urgent, but everybody is trying to point finger to government or point finger to, but we all have a responsibility. We all share. It is not a matter of I'll just produce any type of waste, and then it is the duty of the municipalities to take it.
So, as a citizen, what is your view on the government to take to ensure that, like, most of the dump site places, as they lock or they have changed the transformation?
First, we need to have a landfill. Every country must have a landfill. We need to have an official landfill that is at a place where it is it passes the minimum environmental criteria. Other than that, we also need to have a massive sensitization of waste management in this country, because I think the awareness on waste management in this country is very low, and that should be a constant sensitization of the public. I remember sometime in 2001 or 2002, I was talking to a group of young companions in KMC. They, when I was at NEA, to come and talk to them about waste management. There was a lady living, I don't remember now what part of KMC, but when I talked to them about basic waste management, she said they had an old well in their compound. So because KMC was not collecting their waste regularly, so they were dumping waste into that old well until now it's full. To her, what she did is good. But then when I explained to her that if all the things that you put in that well were just grass, organic materials,
it will be
it's fine. It's fine. But if you also throw batteries and other hazardous properties in that well, you just helped those hazardous properties to get to the water table faster. And then the water table is like a river. So even if you introduce it here, it can flow to other places. So, for example, if you had thrown batteries there which contain cadmium or mercury, mercury, even small quantities, can affect the IQ of an unborn baby. If, for example, a lady in her childbearing age get exposed to that. So you see, the impacts are huge if that happens. But she challenged me. She said, why didn't you tell me earlier? So still now, for so many years now, over 20 years, I still feel guilty. What she said was right. She didn't know. She didn't know. She thought what she did was right. So I think that kind of ignorance is still here.
So I'll tell you, there are many organizations have been sensitizing or registered, but we believe that most of the environment management, foundations or organizations are just registering for climate change, also to get access of money. You understand? So some, I think, like that is their opinion, to have this foundation. As you have mentioned, the sensitization matter. So how do you think the government also can involve in this, so that they will just learn, took the information to the needy people?
Okay, for me, I think there should be continuous sensitization on radio and TV. When we had the Setsetal, I used to be the chair of the monthly Setsetal, but we always go to the TV and the radio to sensitize people about waste management and allow people to call it. Because some people can have ideas that they think is right. But if you allow them, give them a platform where they can call in and ask questions and interact with people who are more knowledgeable in waste management, they can rectify those myths. So for me, I think that's where we should start. And also developing short messages. We started it when I was at NEA. Go to Westfield, get into a van, and then develop messages like instead of throwing your waste through the window, the apprentice has a box there or a bag where all the passengers will put their waste inside. So I remember we did one clip there which was saying one of the passengers threw the waste inside the car, and the apprentice was angry with him. Why don't you throw it outside? He said, no, when it is in the car, it's easier to pick and then dispose at one place. But if I throw it outside, it takes more effort to collect. So messages like that. And we also developed another message where people just take the soil with the waste and then take it to the dump site instead of putting holes in an old basin to sieve the sand, because that also causes erosion in the compound. So we were doing all these things and making few-second videos and then playing it on TVs, and those are constant reminders. So all these things can happen. Because if you want to be serious about waste management, you have to carry the public with you. If you just paint the picture of like, no, people can just continue their normal behavior, and then somebody should come and clean up after them. It's not right. The anti-littering bill, the anti-littering regulation happened in my time. I was the one that worked on it to make it a law. But the enforcement is still lacking. All these are issues. In other words, what I'm trying to say here is we have to come together as Gambians and solve it, not pointing fingers at each other saying everybody thinks somebody else should solve it.
Then it's a problem in this country, especially on the people are crying saying that rice is expensive, and although the past government was managed to bring certain products from outside the country to Gambia here, till the past government was accused they can sell anything, like especially in native, I can say it in Wolof, like that the government we are involved on that and selling paper whatsoever. But we know that the past government was involved in bread making. Also, they are involved in meat selling, like the butcher. So they were having those. So other like pepper or whatsoever that is came from the people or the citizens. So, but after that, this government they came and they don't involve in any economic crisis, but still they are managing like reaching to the business people, allowing them to go outside and bring products. How do you see the economic, development in this country?
Thank you very much. For me, I think sometimes some of us forget about the economic system that we are in. When you have democracy and free market economy, I mean, you cannot have that and then expect government to control prices. I lived through all the three regimes. 1985, I was married. And when 85, there was price control. The biggest increase in the price of rice happened in 85. In 1 year, the bag of rice was 45, and there was shortage of rice. We used to go and queue for rice. People go and buy macaroni, or they go to the provinces to look for rice. It was very tough. I remember one time in Serakunda, somebody's child died on his back when he was trying to scramble for rice. When people hear rice is somewhere, people rush there. So that same 85, when they got rid of them from 45 to 150, that over 300% increase. That time, my salary was $250. So in a free market, price is not static. You have to understand that. And the moment government wants to control it, it makes it worse. There's a lot of examples, a lot of parts of the country. For example, there was a time in Nigeria they subsidized petrol. Petrol was cheaper in Nigeria than the rest of the neighbors. But now Nigerians queue for petrol because all the petrol, the rich people buy it and they sell it in the other countries to get more money. So if the government likes, they can say, okay, everybody should sell bag of rice at $500.
Yeah, 500 or 200.
They can say that.
Yeah.
But
in this country.
But what they cannot do, they cannot tell you, Usman,
go and
open your shop and sell. If they say everybody has to sell at 500,
you can stop.
I can close my shop.
Yeah. And move to somewhere else.
Yeah, and even if I have the rice, I can close it. I say I'm not selling it.
Yes.
And legally, nobody can force me to sell it. So these are some of the things that people don't realize.
Yeah.
Government doesn't have a lot of control. What they can do is sometimes to do subsidies. Subsidies doesn't favor the poor person. For example, if the bag of rice should be 2,000 and government say, okay, I'll pay 1,000 so that Gambians can buy a bag of rice for 1,000. Okay, the ordinary person will say, yes, good. But now, Jalo, if you buy 10 bags and I buy 1 bag, how much is government giving you? Because if government is paying $1,000 of each bag, you buy 10 bags, you are getting how much? 10,000.
Yes.
I buy 1 bag, how much am I getting? 1,000.
Yes.
What about party who is buying half a bag?
You're getting 500.
Who needs help? Party, me or you? The person who cannot buy a bag of rice is the one that needs help.
Okay.
But now you who are buying 10 bags of rice, you don't need help. Because you have the money to buy 10 bags of rice.
Yes.
But now that's the bulk of that subsidy now is going to you.
Yes.
So this is why sometimes subsidies don't work.
Okay.
Because if government puts subsidy, it's general for everyone.
Yes, it's general for everyone.
Yes. So now
you cannot mention one,
So now the poor person, the one who cannot buy a bag of rice, if you subsidize 1,000 in every bag of rice, bulk of that money is going to people who don't need help from government, and now government is giving them money. So this is why subsidies don't work. Okay, if you also say tax reduction, if you reduce the tax on rice, for example, the businessman, you reduce $100 tax from each bag, he reduce the price by $10. And he will explain it by his transportation, his other costs.
Yes.
So it's difficult. When you do all that, government and the poor person keeps losing. So if you also do price control and people are not happy with the price that government wants to impose on them, they shut their magazines, and now they are shortage.
Yeah.
It's a law of economics. When shortage happens, price goes up.
Yeah.
So when price goes up, who suffers?
Yeah, because demand will be high.
Yeah. When price goes up,
the poor person.
Yeah. So for example, if you look for rice, you didn't see rice for 2 weeks, you say, Mr. Njai, I don't know. Do you know anybody who has rice? I say, okay, I have a friend here, he has rice. Let's go to him. We go there, he said, I have rice, but now rice is scarce. My price is 3,000 a bag. You have money, you buy, you put it in your car, you go.
Yeah.
But the poor man will not even see it. So it is better not to control the price, to make sure it's available, than try to control the price.
Yeah.
Okay. So every government has a strategy how to overcome that. And a lot of people are saying, like, what the current government, President Barrow's government, is building roads, we are hungry, an economy without good roads and electricity. For example, if you build electricity and roads in the provinces, if somebody, a business, but land in the urban area is very expensive, he will think about going to the provinces where land is cheaper and invest there, but only if he knows that there is electricity and there is roads, so that whenever he makes there, he can easily evacuate it to the urban area. But if there are no roads no electricity. He's not even going to think about it.
Yeah.
Zambaro is doing. We will feel these impacts in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
You will see how rapid the development is going to be in the provinces.
Yeah, but like Mr. I think is very essential, like, on road, construction, to, lift the economic development in a particular country.
Yes.
But like also, I think it's very good to investigate or to supervise which side need road most, because like you cannot compare from Sergunda here or Farari here need more road than like Nyomi or other side, whereby a car can move from there, will come here in the morning and wait till in the evening after go back. So there is no much like transportation, no jump pack. So but in Farari here to Sergunda, like this highway, Brikama to Sergunda, always the highways jam packed because of what? The road is tight, and no area so that like other vehicles can use other road to go to Brikama. So how do you think also the government also should do that to ensure that okay, the people who are here who need most those roads can get access of it?
If you do the traffic count,
Yeah,
you will not do any road in the provinces. Okay. This is why both the Jawara era and the Yajame era, they are not building roads in the provinces.
Yeah.
Because if you apply for external funding, they look at the traffic count. Yeah. And then try to justify that by the cost. Roads are very expensive. So if you justify it with the cost, you can never build any. That's why always in the provincial road, they are laterite. They are never tarmac. That started with President Barrow. Because they're using local funds. Okay, but just to answer your question, what you said is true. Road demand here in the urban area is more. But if you don't ignore that, there will always be the pool. Everybody will want to come here. And no matter how much roads you build here, it is still going to not suffice because you didn't put anything there. Yeah. So if you want the rural migration, urban rural migration to stop, you have to put electricity and roads over there. Yeah. And I think that's what President Barrow is doing. Yeah. That's the way you revise the trend. But if you want to say, I want to satisfy here first, you will never satisfy here because nobody is waiting for you there. They will come here.
Yet still, they didn't say nothing about, on sports, construction, like extending, more development on the sports side. Just they are concentrating on roads. That's why many people are feeling, they are not having trust with the government anymore. They can, build over, they can do more development than, the past government. Because you see, IIM was focusing on education at the same time, on road, construction and other aspects also.
But so, I think there's a stadium being planned, a brand new stadium, modern stadium in Lamen. This is even going to be better than the Independence Stadium, which is going to be from scratch by the borough government. And you also mentioned education. I think education has a lot of leap during borough era than any other era, because the USET started from scratch during the borough era, and the UTG also had.
But the USET was there like college, the GTDI.
GTDI was there, but it was not USET as a university. Yeah. It was not USET as a university.
MBI also was there. Just it's a transformation.
But have a new, a brand new faculty, a building, and then also the UTG, where Barrow found it, he expanded it. Yeah, he expanded it to one of the biggest universities now in this. Yajame initiated it. There was the land, but when he came in, it was very.
Yeah, that's as we know, it's a transformation. It's government continuation.
Yes, but also when somebody comes, if it is not your strategy, you can focus on other things. But I think this government has focused on infrastructure development so much, and this includes education, health, and roads and electricity. They concentrated on that. Far to here, having a brand new hospital, which is one of the biggest in the country, and then the Bayam Hospital as well.
Yeah, it's on the construction.
What the present government did there was 2 times what was spent to that. It was like a complete overhaul. You know, it.
But you know,
so all these things are happening. You know, infrastructure development. You don't see it immediately. You don't see it immediately, but if you are serious about economic development, you must develop your infrastructure. The time during which you are developing it, things are hard. But then the ripple effect of those infrastructure being in place are coming in 5-10 years time. You know, the impact of all these roads and make electrifying more than 1,000 villages in the Gambia. All these things, we are going to see the impact in the future. They are not current. For example, if you go to a small village, sometimes they go to the river and they bring a lot of fish. Without electricity, they eat it all that day, or it spoils. But if you have electricity in the village, you have fridges, you keep that fish. You can, because you don't get fish every day when you go to the river. So that is itself, it is economic freedom for those people. So I don't understand it when people are saying that the Barrow government don't have direction. They don't have strategy.
Because like if you see the current government, what they are doing is just like repeating themselves. I think, especially at Sukuta traffic there, what happened there? Like they have already constructed the road, initiated like flyover in the Gambia. Yeah, it's right. They are the one who initiated it, but they make the road properly. At the end, came back, saying that okay, this one should be there, and now they are putting another flyover at Sokoto traffic.
No, so, you don't understand. I was involved in that one.
Okay.
You see, like I told you here, if you go by external funding, if you don't have the traffic counts, you don't justify the cost. Flyovers are very expensive. They are 10 times more expensive than normal road. Okay, when that design of that road was happening, there was no traffic at Sukuta Junction.
There was no flyover.
No traffic. No cars there.
Okay.
The biggest traffic is at Coastal Road and Turntable.
Okay.
That is why they gave those flyover. Because that the traffic level at the Sukuta Junction does not justify that cost at that time.
Okay.
And then you have to design a road, and then the donors will come in and put their money. Now the Gambia government is doing that flyover with its own money. Because the project has closed. The one that has done the flyover. So that was funded from outside, the Baltin Hardin Highway. And it has to be based on.
Okay, so hope also they are not going to claim they got loan from somewhere else, because we have seen after bringing Tokyo's car power here, they claim that they get a loan from somewhere and they need to pay those people. And eventually, the Gambia Central Bank was declared that the loan was took from there. So maybe here also they're going to claim they have loan from some organization or banking.
For me, that doesn't matter. What matters is there is a need for a flyover at Sukuta Junction, and government is doing it.
Okay.
Because that means responding to the needs of your people. But you cannot blame anybody for skipping that junction, because the time the road was being designed, and if you design something until you have the project, you cannot insert it in the project.
Okay.
Because budget hardening was external funding.
Okay.
So this is why Sukuta didn't have, because Sukuta, I was involved in that environment study of that road. When before that road was built, there was no traffic there. Even the Sukuta, the town itself, did not reach that junction. Okay. So this is why it didn't justify a flyover. But now, because of the traffic volumes, it justified a flyover. And then government came up and tried to do it. I think that's good.
Yeah, but also like some people have reached to us also are claiming that because Barrow, when he is going out, he normally uses that side, and if he come there, he need to wait till other vehicle or whatsoever before that. So or many vehicles also is going to stop. So that's why maybe he think that okay, creating another flyover there is more essential, because that's the only way.
I don't
if
think
he is going to the airport or coming from the airport, he's going to stop at least for 1 minute.
I don't think that's a fair comment, because when president is coming, they stop the traffic. So nobody stops president. But if you go to Chukuta Johnson, sometimes you can stay there 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it is real that that flyover is needed.
Yeah.
And that's why they responded to put that flyover there. Road works the way it works. There are principles there that they follow, and this is what is happening. But I think President Barrow is responding to the needs of Gambians. Okay. He came here to Faraton just to lay a foundation stone in 2-3 weeks ago, and today the contractor is in place.
Yeah.
He doesn't use that road, but because the way when he came for the foundation stone, the whole village saw him that this is a very important road, and we went to see him several times at Mankamang and told him about that road, which I was involved in that delegation. And then he heard us. And I think this is very important in leadership.
Yeah.
You hear and you respond to the needs of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. When people try to say, no, he needs to respond to our food prices, no country does that. Because that one, people have to help individually.
Yeah.
When you go to America, over 20 million people are living on the streets. And it's the richest country in the world.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when it comes to food, every person has to hustle on himself. But all these developments that are happening are in the final analysis, they're going to help in reducing the cost of living in this country.
So we have seen the government, doing so, essential, programs in this country. But like on the ministry side, because most of the ministers currently, are renting on where they are based in. So in that aspect, how do you think like it will reduce like the economic expenditure from the government?
Yeah, that is true. Several ministries are renting, but I think that has been changing. Just like the new environment house in Abuko. Now it's housing the environment ministry.
Yeah.
The environment ministry was renting. So I think all these are issues. Government issues cannot be solved all at the same time. There has to be gradual. But I think the Barrow government has made a lot of positive moves.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, to solve things in a democratic way, they don't go quickly. You have to take your time and follow due process to solve things. A lot of people think because when something happens, the president should say this, he should say that. I mean, we need to make up our mind whether we want a dictatorship or we want a democracy.
Yeah.
And I think what President Barrow is running is a democracy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, if he comments on everything or does everything, then what is the job of the ministers? What is the job of the directors? Even if he has something to say, he should talk to those people.
Yeah.
And then let the institutions grow and take charge of their responsibilities. I have never had instances where Barrow overruled institutions in their day-to-day running, and which was the case before here. So it takes time. Democracy has a lot of ills, but the ills of democracy should be solved by using more democracy, not otherwise. Some people, when they get frustrated, they think you should put democracy aside and then just go the other way and use dictatorship. So you cannot flip-flop between dictatorship and... No. And I think President Barrow has been very consistent on democracy. A president where you take him to court gives the other person the right, and he accepts it.
Yeah, but in that case, like accepting that, hope those people were compensated.
No, compensation is one thing. The head of state accepting that, because that gives confidence to the business people even to come and invest in your country. Because if you take government to court and the court gives give the right to the other party instead of the government, and then the government doesn't arrest them or do anything, then any businessman will also have the courage that when I go to Gambia, if I have a legal issue, I'll be treated fairly. So, but if government dismisses judges because they ruled against the government, then the businessmen will be afraid to come and invest in our country. So all this is goodwill that is being built, and the results are coming slowly. People are more comfortable. Even Gambians abroad now are more comfortable coming here, building buildings and sending in money, and they are not afraid to do to invest in this country.
Yeah, because if you see like on Western Unions or other money transactions from outside to Gambia, now it has been lifted from 35% to 70%. According to the statistics we have. We are sending to the people in the Gambia, like when I have somebody in Europe or America, normally send my money either for a business transaction or to support. Before, like someone in Europe will just send the family if they are need of money. But right now, some of the people are sending money for business purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, like having compound here or having their own business to set up, also to come and open their business here. So all that I know is very good. Currently, the government, the steps they are taking, to lift the economic crisis from 0 to 100%. Also, if you see women involving on economic, participation in the country is higher than compared before. Yeah, because like some of the men, we are overtaking most of the programs. Currently, if you go to the Okada, these tricycle, motors, you find there are women. You go to the construction. I think this government also are training more ladies, to the part of the architect, as I'm seeing, and also to the NAWEC, more ladies also are there. So I'm getting involved on the economic development in this country. So there's an organization outside also just released the past 2025 fiscal year of most of the countries, not only Gambia, but other countries also. And as we are Gambians, we are mining our country, you understand? And they release more, favorable on the government. So do you think that organization doesn't have a direct link to the government, because they know this year is the year of election, 2026 presidential election, we can say. So to release that information, and that information will circulate into the, there are more found platforms like WhatsApp platform or political, and they use that to campaign. Do you think
mostly Western countries they don't want to deal with corrupt governments. Both European Union, the US, and all that. When they are dealing with African countries, the moment you are not democratic, you are corrupt. Because when they give you their money and they know you don't use it well, you cannot control those people. They say it. But let me tell you, right now, Gambia is in the good because they have seen that the current government is making a lot of positive steps in curbing corruption, in fighting corruption. To fight corruption is not easy, and it's not a one-day thing. And if you also want to fight corruption in a democratic way, it's not like you just go and arrest people, or you have to take it easy, and you also have to formulate policies and programs whereby it will even make the corruption difficult. So, and I think the whole world have seen and that the current government has done a lot of steps like that, trying to change things so that people are more focused on their job, and they try to be more efficient at their work. Recently, like for example, the ports, they've given it to Al Barak. So many people criticize that. But then you see, the moment Al Barak and the Gambia Ports Authority form a company called Alport, because that company took over all the staff. Now they're going to pay the staff. But all of a sudden, the port became more efficient. There was no backlog of ships standing. They evacuate them more quickly. And government will now get money from the ports instead of always putting in money. So you want government business is not always efficient. And if another private person comes that's going to manage it efficiently, then you need to give that a chance. So now you are not paying salaries, you are not paying anything. And at the end of the year, they give you some money. When before you are paying salaries, you are paying money, you are paying for the running costs, and then you don't get anything out of it. Because if we manage it, sometimes we manage it inefficiently. The other day, there was some port staff in Farado here talking, and one of my friends shop, they said, no, but my friend said, what is happening? Are you not getting your salary? They said, yes. But what they mean, Amandia, is every day when you are going home, you go home with something that you didn't earn. So now when all those things change, they think it's bad. And we have to face the reality now. Because like that money goes to government. But there is a way to track it. People here don't want tracking. You see, when the Ports Authority, when the customs started electronic tracking, their revenue increased. Before, when it is manual, they get half the revenue. You see, and now they're developing this other one as a Kuda wall, where you can sit in Europe and pay for all your goods that you are sending to the port. You pay it all online, and that way, when it arrives here, you don't have to pay. So that way, that will also reduce the leakages, and then government will get more revenue. So there is a lot of corruption happening, but the way you fight corruption is by putting in the systems to make it difficult for people to be corrupt, even if they want to corrupt. And I think that's the weakness in our system. You cannot use the chain like just to beat people, because if you beat people, you take them out, you bring other people. If you have the same system, the same thing is going to continue. Before you start arresting people, putting them in jail, look at your system. Develop in such a way that it's going to be very difficult for anybody to do something. And I think that's what the government is working on.
Okay. Well, like also coming to like the people who are working on office, the government is monitoring them until they introduce, a thumb scanning. If you don't come to work, they will notify that you didn't come to work today. But what about like the teachers? You can go to the teaching sector, because most of the teachers, especially on the female, those women, and they don't go to work sometimes, and they do claim some of the agencies. So how do you think on the teaching field also they will monitor and they will control them? Although they are, we have inspectors who normally inspect them, and or monitors. You understand? But I don't think like still you will go to a particular class, they tell you this, but the teacher didn't come, and they don't know the reason.
Electricity can do all biometric scanning. When you go to school, you put it can be introduced everywhere in the country, because you find that some people in this country, they are posted in the provinces, they go for 6 months, they don't go to their posting, and they receive that, and making sure every civil servant is identified. They are working on that.
Not only the people who are working on office, but other people also who are working in other sectors.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you have electricity everywhere in the country, those scanning devices.
Yeah, but electricity, I think, like Barrow said, Gambia has enough, current capacity,
No. Barrow's promise is that every single village in this country will have electricity.
Yeah, he said Gambia has,
coverage. Yes, I have been to more than 20 countries in Africa, and I have not seen any country that is doing better than us. Even South Africa, when you go to South Africa, you go to Johannesburg, you go to Cape Town, you think you are in America. But go to Soweto, go to other places in the provinces, you will cry. So Ghana, Nigeria, all that. When you go to the provinces, you go to Lagos, it's like you are in Europe. Or go to the provinces. So we are smaller, and we are almost covered by roads now. And Barrow has installed electricity in more than 1,000 villages. And you only have maybe 1,400 villages throughout this country. So that means that throughout the Jawara and the Yajame era, electricity didn't even reach 300 or 400 villages.
Yeah, but if you compare also the governments, they claim the usage or the source of the electronic in this country, comparing to it was only one source, on the fuel. But this government, they are using the car power ship before. So, and also they claim that they are partners with Senelec in Senegal. All those people were source of light, but still Gambia didn't get the enough light. So
there is no country in Africa that has enough electricity. And you have to remember 10 years ago in 2017 how electricity was and how it was today, if you are honest with yourself.
No, you don't
understand. A huge difference. It's a huge difference. So that, like I said, development is a process. It's a process, and we are getting there. When I work for Peace Corps, I go to some remote villages, and the volunteers that live there, when it is hot season, how they suffer because there is no electricity. Now I go back to those villages and they are having electricity. I mean, that's a huge leap, for over throughout their lives. They never see electricity in their lives before. So if you can do that just in the last 5 years, so if that same person tells you that everybody is going to get, like for example, when you look at Fonyi, Fonyi was the place that is covered by electricity in terms of the percentage of villages. Yajame had electricity in about 15 villages throughout Fonyi, mainly on the highways. But Now, during the Barrow era, 32 villages got electricity, twice the number that were, and also roads. Is I think in the next 2-3 years or 4 years, you are going to see the impact of those on our economy in terms of the ease in the farming systems, in the education system, in the health system, and in the overall economic activities of the country are going to be impacted positively. Because every development starts from peace. And a lot of people will argue that no, he didn't give us peace, we gave it to ourselves. Look at Donald Trump today. America is the greatest country in the world, and in terms of democracy and everything. But when he came to power, he scared everybody. So there's a lot of power in the hands of the president. So if you have a bad president, he can turn the country upside down. And by the time you do anything about it, people will be affected. So if you have a president who is thoughtful and he is bent on maintaining peace and trying to follow the ideals of democracy, I think you should thank your stars. Because if you don't, you might mistakenly hand over the country to the wrong person, and then the opposite happens.
That one there's an evidence, because people have seen here the Islamic summit. Also, he has been awarded as one of the peaceful president in Mauritania and also in Morocco. So, but currently, the government, how they are operating, and also like this year is the year of election, and how do you think to give them the chance? I cannot say either the second or the last chance, but another chance for them to retain, for the ruling, in this country for the next 5 years. Do you think it is easier for this government to convince the people anymore?
For me, I think Barrow has convinced people by what he has done. I think the projects he has touched almost every part of this country, and he's not doing it because areas that don't vote for me, or he's doing a general development in the whole country. And I think most Gambians will see that. There's no such thing like where everybody supports you. Even the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has the best character, not everybody liked him. So you cannot have everybody like you, because there are certain people, they will only like you if you live the way you are. So if you are a good person, they will not like you because of what you are. So the only way you change, you're going to lose other people. So that is what one of the famous writers said, Oscar Wilde. He said, you better be yourself, because if you don't, you will find that every other one is taken. If you live who you are. So, and I think I heard some time ago what President Barrow said when we visited him at Mankamang. He said, in whatever you are, just do the right thing. And don't think that whatever you do, you are doing it to somebody or for somebody. Whatever you do, you are doing it for yourself or to yourself. So, and I think that is very true. We are all Gambians. When you are here as a Gambian, we all have our own privileges or advantages or disadvantages. But each and every one of us can do something for this country. So you just do your part. Like, for example, what you are doing, you are trying to educate people and sensitize people. That's what you have extra. You just do that. Somebody else does something else. And then as a team, it will fall together. But what some people do is, if you ask them what they are supposed to do, they wouldn't tell you. But they can tell you what Usman is supposed to do. Some people will tell you all what Barrow needs to do, should do. But if you ask them what they should do, they cannot tell you that. So before you think about what somebody else should do, think about what you should do as a Gambian to take this country forward. So that's what I think.
What you can advise the people who are on the environment specialists or the associations in this country? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I am a Gambian and I think I like this country. I have gone around more than 30 countries worldwide. 1994, I was in America. I graduated in December 94. I could have stayed in America, but I love this country. I came back. And I think what I've been telling all Gambians is democracy is a nice thing. I mean, we are not perfect. Nobody is perfect, but just try to argue and convince people about your viewpoints, and then give people the freedom to judge and select. Violence is not taking this country anywhere. And then rule of law is what we should adhere to, and adhere to the peace in this country that we have. If we lose the peace, then it's going to be the most valuable possession that we lose. For example, the Gambia, when you rank nations in this world by population, the Gambia is never on the top. We are on the bottom. If you rank countries by land size, we are at the bottom. If you rank countries by natural resources, we are at the bottom. A lot of economic indicators, when you rank Gambia with other countries, we are always at the bottom. But one thing we always come on top is peace. Is peace. And I think our national anthem is one of the most beautiful national anthems. We say peace each day. We'll keep repeating it, peace each day. And join our diverse people to prove man's brotherhood. The Gambia's national anthem is so beautiful. Diversity is thing that tribalism is when you call yourself a Fula or when I call myself a Mandinka. That's not a problem. Because Allah created us. Never asks us what tribe you want to be. So you cannot change that. But the problem is, if I think because I'm Mandinka, I'm better than you, because you are Fula. That's what is tribalism. But to promote my Fula language or my Mandinka language or my Mandinka culture is not a problem. We can still live side by side, respecting each other and enriching our country in this unity in diversity. And that's why it's mentioned in our national anthem. So that is so important. In this country, tribalism cannot go. People just say it in their mouth, but it cannot go. Because, for example, if you put all the Fulas together, you said, okay, you know what you're going to do? We are going to kill all Mandinka. Even that group, the fight will start. Somebody will tell you want to kill my mother. One of the Fulas will tell you, you want to kill my mother or you want to kill my uncle. So because So the same thing if you do it in the Mandinkas. Our country is so mixed that if you want to say Fullers all stand there, Mandinkas stand there, Wolof stand there. There are some people they'll stand in between.
That will not be, yeah. It will not be possible.
Yes, yeah. So this is why we are one country. So we should just respect each other and work hard. And democracy everywhere in the world, it is never perfect. Rule of law is never perfect. It's never quick. Even in America, people go on court cases for 25 years.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't make you angry to take the law in your hands. The ills of democracy should be solved by using more democracy, not using something else.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.